Hey, grab a pen and paper real quick. I want to show you a quick three-step formula that's working really well to provide you with a boost in your credit score. I know you would like that, right? So you can qualify for mortgages and other forms of financing, business credit, auto loans, credit cards, and so much more. I'll wait a second so you can grab a pen. Five, four, three, two, one. Imagine a scenario. What if you were suddenly recognized as a multi-unit real estate investor with pretty credit, that Holly Berry credit looking so pretty, all the lenders, all the creditors, all the financial institutions want to say yes to you when you apply. And you also having so much cash flow that working a day job will be an option for you, but not an obligation. What if you suddenly became financially free, regardless of your income or experience in real estate? What if you became an authority or master where your credit or credit repair is concerned? Sounds like a stretch? I used to think so too until it happened to me. In the past few years, I went from a BFC, that's a broke, frustrated chump, to being overworked, underpaid, frustrated because I would work long hours, and a chump because I would complain and did little to nothing to change. So I went from a BFC to closing over 1,000 rental units between my own multi-unit properties and the services I created for clients as a result of helping myself and others obtain a 680 credit score or higher. I've used the exact same thing that I'm about to show you to become a financially free investor after attaining a 680 credit score, which I leveraged to obtain mortgages, business credit, and other forms of financing. The thing that got me there is doing a few vital things before credit repair. Hey guys, here's a few images of myself looking dapper in the top left-hand corner, if I have to say so myself. There's Jeremiah in the top right-hand corner. He's doing a flip right there. So I was there just to experience that with him. He's one of my previous coaching students. In the center, that's myself and my team doing an event in our office. That's my book in hand, the Quit Your Day Job book. To the left is a snapshot of my credit report. You see that high 700s, and that's where I want you guys to get to. 720, 740, 800, as high as you can go. Bottom left is another gentleman that I've done business with, Lamar. He was doing a flip. Bottom right, that's me holding a book as well in front of our office to the right. All right, so everyone knows that credit repair works if you do it right. And in order to do it right, you need to follow a proven formula. In fact, if you're doing credit repair now and you're not getting the results you want, it probably has nothing to do with the way your credit report looks. And it has nothing to do with you settling with a creditor and negotiating 50% off of what you owe. You know, many people think, oh, I just need to settle my accounts, get half off. But hey, why is it still showing up negative on my account? Hey, why is my credit score so low? It has nothing to do with that, my friend. Or having trade lines or authorized user, that's pretty much piggybacking off someone else's good credit to inflate your credit score, because lenders are smart. They can clearly see authorized user painted all over your credit report, and they won't take it into consideration when qualifying for certain types of financing. Or whether you dispute 5 negative items at a time or all of them on the first round. Because many people ask that question, do I have to dispute them all up once? Do I do 5 out at a time? What can I do? Because at the end of the day, it's not how your credit report looks or even what you say in regards to negotiations. It's all in what you do prior to starting the credit repair or restoration process. And there's a formula for the 3 secrets you must apply prior to credit repair. Here it is. Step 1, opt out of the credit bureaus. Opt out of promotions for the 3 credit bureaus actually sell your information for profit. So many people aren't aware of this. They think that credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax are governmental agencies. They think they're nonprofits. None of the sort. They're for-profit businesses. They actually sell your information to third parties. That's why you receive multiple pre-approved offers in the mail. You might have done it in the past or know someone who has. And the reason why is because they sell your information. And guess what? When you have a lot of negative items in your credit report, the credit bureaus actually make more money, because those subprime lenders, those predatory lenders that offer those suicidal interest rates for auto loan, credit cards, and so forth, they'll be willing to pay the credit bureaus even more for someone who has a lower credit score because they know that your options may be limited. So what incentive do the credit bureaus have to get those negative or inaccurate items off the credit report? Great question, right? So that's why it's important to get those negative items off, because the less information they have on you, the credit bureaus, the better. In order to opt out of those promotions for the next 5 years, this you should do. Go to optoutprescreen.com. While you're there, click on the opt-in or opt-out button at the bottom of the page to begin. On the following, select permanent opt-out by mail. That's why I said get that pen and paper ready, baby. Write this down. Next, select the submit button at the bottom of the page. And on the following page, complete all required fields. Then select the confirm button at the bottom of the page so you can successfully opt out of those promotions, because I repeat it again, the less information they have on you, the better. It just sets you up for part 2 of the formula when you do this. Update your names and addresses with all 3 credit bureaus. Oftentimes, you'll have inaccurate names and addresses reported on your credit report, which can entail negative items also being reflected on your credit report. It happens all the time. And here's a copy of my credit report. And you can see, right, if you look under Experian, you see my name, and then the other part says also known as Paul P. Herrera. Who the heck is Paul? I don't know that. You see all these different name variations. Which one is correct? And that happens on so many people's credit report. Other people's names show up on their credit report. And guess what, guys? I do credit repair. So it's important for me to monitor my credit on a consistent basis. Because look, all these different name variations are on my report. So what are these? The name variations on my report also come with it negative items. That would be horrible. If you remove a name or an address that's associated with a negative account, it makes it easier to dispute that negative item so you can get it to fall off your credit report in no time. A great way to do this is by going to Experian.com, Equifax.com, and TransUnion.com and update your personal information, meaning remove the name variations and old addresses, especially those name variations and old addresses that are associated with negative accounts on your credit reports. Accuracy matters. And a great way to be accurate is to comb through your credit report looking for inaccuracies or outdated information in regard to your name and or addresses. And I see this often too. You might see a junior and he has all these negative accounts on his credit report, and he's thinking to himself, wait, how does this show up? And then you try to verify it and get it disputed with the credit bureaus, and guess what? They don't help. They say, well, no, this is John Doe, correct? But little do they know that your dad was named John Doe. And so your dad's inaccurate and negative items are reflected on your personal credit report. So it's really important to comb through your credit report to make sure your name and your addresses are accurate. And if they aren't or not, you fix it and remove name variations and addresses that are associated with negative accounts. Update your personal information every month. Why? Because the credit bureaus report information on your credit report every month. So if you're not looking at it every month and you're not combing through it every month, guess what? Your credit score can be impacted negatively every month as a result. Why? Because not every creditor reports accurate information, and you must maintain pretty credit so you can leverage it for passive income and other forms of financing. Then it's time for step 3. Maintain a credit monitoring service. Having a 680 credit score isn't about ordering a report or updating personal information just once. You have to do it on a consistent basis. The trick is to monitor it monthly to make sure your personal information is accurate, as well as to see what negative items are still on your credit report that need to be disputed while in the credit repair process. And by the way, when you order your credit report, you have to face the music. In my case, I was getting 1-800 calls from collection companies and so forth, and I was scared to answer the phone, let alone scared to pull my report to see all the negative items on my credit report. But in order for me to improve, in order to make change, I had to face the music. I had to order my credit report, take a look at it, to see all the negative and inaccurate items on it. So that way I can start disputing it so my credit can improve. So just face the music. And if you're interested in learning how you can get a copy of your credit report, go to 100pfcreditcheck.com, 100pfcreditcheck.com. Spend about $1 just to order your report so you can see your personal information, the addresses, and the activity on your account, whether it's public records, your accounts, all of that stuff. Beginners make the mistake of using free credit monitoring services that provide inflated credit scores or don't update it frequently. My question is this: why are they free? Because we get that often, my friend, right? We have people who try to sign up for, just say, business credit, which we offer. And before they sign up, they say, oh, I know I get approved because I know I'm at a 730 credit score. And then I ask, well, where'd you get that from, that credit score? What credit monitoring service or system did you use? And they'll respond, oh, I use Credit Karma. Wait, Credit Karma. You know it's free, right? Yeah, of course I know it's free. That's why I signed up. Duh. Well, did you also know that you get what you pay for? Why do you think it is free? They're free so they can market to you. Their scores on Credit Karma and other free softwares are not necessarily accurate. They don't give you a true depiction of your actual credit score. Their goal is to get your information so that they can market to you their other financial products. So you want to be able to see a clear, accurate credit report. 100pfcreditcheck.com. As soon as you order your report, check out your hard inquiries. A hard inquiry is when you actually apply for financing and they can have an impact on your credit score. Public records, those are things such as tax liens, bankruptcies, judgments, things of that nature, and any other key derogatory items like charge-offs, collections, and so forth. So you want to know. It's important to know, right? Knowledge is power. See what's on your report, even if it's negative or inaccurate. Don't worry, because you will soon get those negative and inaccurate items off your credit report. See, and this is so important, guys, just to switch gears a little bit. See a 680 credit score daily in your mind, and you will see a 680 credit score daily on your report. You have to see it in your mind before you can see it in this real world. Many people are in the belief that, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. No, my friend, the opposite is true. You have to believe it to see it. So I want you to get in that habit of visualization and affirming to yourself that you will have pretty credit. So check your credit score monthly to see how it fluctuates as well. That's the importance of maintaining a credit report on a month-to-month basis. So actually seeing a 680 credit score visually is important for users as motivation, so you can believe that you'll have it in no time and start being aware of how you're treating your credit. Then work on repairing your credit to the point of earning, yes, I like that word, earning a 680 credit score as a result of your prudence of managing your credit report so you can leverage it for financing. And that's the payoff, my friend, for being prudent when repairing your credit. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about credit repair. Credit repair is disputing inaccurate or negative items off one's credit report and is legal according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA. Even if the negative items may be legitimate, the creditor still may have inaccuracies such as the date, the debt amount, the name, etc. So you can dispute these negative items every month until they fall off. The same three-step formula has helped me obtain a 740 plus credit score on all three credit bureaus. This same credit repair formula has helped create a credit repair service business that anyone like you can quickly implement so you can get higher credit scores yourself. And now that you know what to do, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. The credit repair service. So implement these three secrets. Start disputing negative and inaccurate items. And here's what I did. I will dispute the following items using letters in our dispute letter library. Items such as collections, charge-off, bankruptcies, foreclosures, evictions, tax liens, late pays, medical bills, many other negative items that may show up on someone's credit report. All right, so here's a photocopy of a credit report that I have here, and you see it has key derogatories. That's Negative items you haven't paid in a while, over 120 days late, is some collections. So we will use our ironclad dispute letters with strategic reasons for the dispute every round until negative items fall off your credit report. The credit bureaus are willing to accept your disputes as long as you send the right letter with the right verbiage at the right time. So when I received notification or correspondence, in other words, from the credit bureaus that the negative items were deleted, I quickly looked at my credit report and proceeded to dispute the next item on the list. So here we go. Here's a copy of Experian, the correspondence I just made reference to. You see below, those collection items were removed from the credit report. And here's another credit report from TransUnion with the same creditor. Credit Tech is a collection company, but see, it was deleted as well. So pretty credit equals a 680 credit score or higher. So one of the things we do is we offer credit consultation to remove negative items, and we also provide some advisory in regards to your credit needs, meaning after your credit has been somewhat fixed and repaired and you have questions about new credit, such as, hey, I want to apply for a new personal credit card or a loan, we'll be able to provide you with that advisory, so that way you can start adding positive items back into your credit report to help you get that credit score of 680 or higher. So the credit repair service, you'll pay an upfront registration fee of $199 plus $50 per deletion. So in essence, you're only paying for results. Most credit repair companies, they might put you on a monthly recurring program, or they want you to pay up front. What we do is we just charge $199 just for the registration fee, and then it's $50 per deletion. So if we don't delete anything, then guess what? You don't owe us anything on the back end as well. So the price of this program will save you money in interest payments alone. So let's say, for instance, you pay 6% on the auto loan currently. But if you can do credit repair, your credit score increases dramatically, right? To the point where you have pretty credit, 680 or higher, you might be able to refinance to a lower interest rate of 3%. Just imagine the cost savings you'll receive. Bookacreditcall.com. I started repairing my own credit in 2008. So many bumps and bruises. By 2010, I purchased a duplex as a result of credit repair, but it took me 2 whole years because I didn't have a Juan Pablo providing me with the system back then. I learned through painful trial and error. Up until that point, I struggled to break the financially free barrier. But in early 2012, I began using ironclad dispute letters and credit repair tactics so that my credit score will be high enough to obtain business credit to 100% finance rental properties. And the increase of my credit score followed the same formula I'm giving to you today as a service. The first credit score increase was 50 points, which enabled me to buy a big multi-unit property, a 5 unit for $100,000. This is amazing, right? Where I used a commercial mortgage and business credit to finance it. So cash flow was $200 per unit per month, which was more than anything I've ever seen in my portfolio at the time. Additionally, I started to repair credit for others, which generated $50,000 my first year. Even though I've never fixed credit before, I decided to take a gamble. I decided to use nothing but effective dispute letters and systems and never look back. The result? A 740 credit score with banks saying yes to my loan applications. Then I repaired my credit again, and I used the same formulaic approach. This time I bought a 9-unit for $218,000, which provided me with enough passive income to turn in my 2 weeks notice. That's a total of 30 rental units by 30 years old in just a few months of investing with credit repair to thank for all of this. I've now gone on to use this exact credit building formula to purchase over 72 rental units and increase my credit score to the 700 club. And now I'm giving it to you as a service. But it gets better. Zero risk. You buy it, and if you don't increase your credit score or we don't remove at least one negative item in 6 months, we'll give you your money back guaranteed. Why pay high interest or get denied for loans if you can get your credit repaired and saved? But you can have it today along with our free training on how to restore your credit after it's repaired as a special bonus. So book a call now so we can provide you with your credit repair consultation instantly. With the bonus and the money back guarantee, you cannot lose. After you book a call, make sure you check your junk or spam folder just in case we send you an email with the appointment details. Then we'll give you a call at the scheduled time. If it's a little bit late, just keep in mind that we might just wrapped up another call with a previous client. So please don't take it personal. We're just a few moments late as a result of a previous call. Because sometimes people have additional questions, which is fine. So having your credit report with 100pfcreditcheck.com beforehand, before the scheduled call, is a huge plus. It allows the consultation to go much faster. As a real estate investor, business owner, and entrepreneur, you always need pretty credit so you can leverage it to get more capital. So go to bookacreditcall.com and get started today. Bookacreditcall.com.